welcome to this episode of Orion at Your Library. My name is Karen Knox. I'm the Orion Township Library Director, and I'm here today with Beth Sheridan from Adult Services and Ashley Lehman from Youth Services. How are you ladies doing?
Good.
Awesome. We've got so much fun stuff going on at the library. I know it's kind of icky outside in the winter, and so we try to have more fun stuff going on inside for everybody to come and enjoy. And the first thing we want to talk about is for our really special grade school kids who love to read. Ashley, tell us about Bookworms.
So we have a book club for students in grades 3 through 5, and the next one it's going to take place on March 7th at 6:30. We're just going to get together, talk about books, talk about the book we're reading, and have a snack and do an activity based off that book.
Awesome.
So, and then one lucky attendee can get a free book too as well. Yeah, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it's a great time to come together with your friends and talk about the book and have a little fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Awesome. And over in Adult Services, I think we're having it for teens and adults maybe, the Cricut Makerspace program.
Yes, the library owns a Cricut cutting machine, and you'll be making your own pillow and designing what kind of iron-on you want to cut out, mostly with a Michigan theme, like I love Michigan, and you'll go home with your own personalized pillow. So register for that because space is limited, and it's on Saturday, March 9th at 10 in the morning.
Awesome. So you get to learn how to use the Cricut, and we'll provide all the supplies that they need.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Very good. And this one I'm really excited about because they're a great group, and local group. The Paint Creek Boys are coming back to do a concert for us on one of our Sundays.
Yeah, we're open on Sundays now, if you didn't know that already, but on Sunday, March 10th at 2 o'clock, Don and Ron of the Paint Creek Boys will be here to do it. They do a bluegrass concert, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Well, a little more than bluegrass, western swing, gospel, jazz, but come and see, check them out.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's at 2 o'clock in our meeting room that day. So very good. And then we are really excited that we're continuing to welcome Michigan Works to our library as well to help out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, she comes once a month. Someone from the Oakland County, Michigan Works department, and she assists anybody that drops in with job searches, with applying for benefits, with any kind of services that they're interested in. Just drop by Monday, March 11th or Monday, April 8th at 9:30, and she'll be there or here at the library 9:30 to 1 in the afternoon.
Very good. So that's a great opportunity for some one-on-one help actually with a lot of their resources. So awesome. And then we are also continuing with our partnership with the Lake Orion United Methodist Church, and we have some community conversations coming up.
Yes. Monday, March 11th, we'll be discussing, this is a relevant topic, human trafficking, and it's going to be presented by someone from the Michigan Human Trafficking Task Force, and it's a conversation, so she'll do a presentation, but it'll be discussion with everybody that attends. And then Monday, April 8th, the special needs population in our community will be talked about, and that'll be presented by the founders of Celebrate Hope, which is an organization that provides support to families of children with special needs throughout Michigan. So that's another good one to attend.
Awesome. And those are located at Lockhart's Barbecue in the upstairs portion of the restaurant.
Yes.
And as a partnership, those are at 7 o'clock, I believe, as well.
At 7 o'clock, and you can also order food and have dinner while you're listening to the presentation.
Very good. And then I'm so excited to hear that we're going to be teaching calligraphy to some of our kids.
Definitely. So handwriting has become kind of a lost skill almost, so we wanted to address that and make it a little bit fun. So we're bringing in local calligrapher Callie O'Rourke. She's going to teach children in grades 3 through 6 kind of the art of calligraphy and handwriting, and give them some tips and show them like how to do different styles of handwriting. They're going to learn different skills, and they will take home, I think they're doing workbooks and a bookmark project. Oh, cool. And that takes place on March 13th. It's an after-school program at 4:30 p.m. and there is registration needed for that program.
Great.
Yes.
So we have enough supplies for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So that's a great opportunity to learn something really cool.
Yeah, and learn something new and neat, kind of different, impress their friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Make some cards or something. Very fun. And then this is a sweet program on maple sugaring coming up. Tell us about that one.
Well, on Wednesday, March 13th at 7, you can bring your whole family, and someone from the Huron-Clinton Metro Parks is going to teach us about, not really teach us, but show us how it works to make maple sugar. It's a season that people are tapping the trees and boiling down the sap, and it's really kind of interesting. So, and I don't know if he's having samples or not, but if you're interested at all in that, it'd be good program to come to.
Yeah, and it's neat to know that they still do that in Michigan. That's one of the things that happens here in our state. So that's a wonderful thing.
I think a lot of maple syrup is produced around here.
Yeah, yep. So very cool. And then one of my favorite little programs on fingerprint art, and one of my favorite little artists was kind of, talked about during that program. Tell us more, Ashley.
Yeah, so kids can have fun with this one and channel their inner Ed Emberley.
That's
Learn how to create different creatures with just their fingerprints and a ballpoint pen. And that'll take place on Saturday, March 16th. And it's for kids in grades K through 5, so all elementary age children can partake in that one.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's a fun thing to stamp your fingerprint and then draw on it.
Yeah, we've done it before and it was really
something.
successful, so we want to
Awesome.
do it again.
Very cool. And also, speaking of art, so we also have a partnership with the Orion Art Center. And we have 8 little libraries that are around town in many of the parks and various areas, and they are all being painted by local artists as we speak. And they should be done soon this spring, and then their new creation will be revealed back on the location that the library was in before, filled with more books. So,
And some of them are not just painted. I know one they're doing mosaic tile. It's just whatever the
they're
artist
decorating
wants
it
to
in
do.
some way.
Yeah,
That's
so
gonna
I
be-
think it'll be fun
That
to see
sounds
them.
cool.
yeah. So watch for the new looks of our little libraries in the next couple of months as well. And now we have a very special little segment from Lori Morris, who's our volunteer coordinator, sharing what some of our volunteers do at the library. So take it away, Lori.
Thanks, Karen. I'm happy to be here today with one of our great adult volunteers. This is Danielle Pepin. So welcome, Danielle, to the show. We like to highlight a bunch of our volunteers and kind of let the community know what our volunteers do here at the library. So Danielle, welcome. And how long have you been a volunteer here now?
Oh, thanks for the welcome and thanks for the opportunity to talk for a few minutes about my volunteering. I have been volunteering since probably about mid-October 2018.
Okay.
So about 5 months or so.
Okay, and what made you want to become a volunteer for the library?
Well, the first thing that happened is I kept taking my grandchildren here and I found myself enjoying those visits an awful lot. And then I found myself not just enjoying visits with them, but finding I had a few extra hours during the week, and I thought, well, if I can help to make it as pleasant an environment as all of the staff does for my grandchildren, I thought that would be fun.
Right, and we love having Danielle. Danielle is actually here 2 days a week on a regular basis, so our staff gets to know our volunteers and Danielle gets to know our staff and our patrons that come in and our visitors. So everyone is always pleased to see Danielle. So what kind of things have you helped with at the library?
Well, first, thank you for the compliment. I'm not quite
You
sure
are welcome.
I'm all deserving of that, but the first things that I started to do was very simple reshelving of books on CDs and some of the videos and some of the wonderful series that are on CDs. And then I found myself getting more and more into other things because I found I had extra time and I would just simply offer up the time to the adult reference librarian. And I do all kinds of little things, use all the different kind of equipment that's here and whatever's needed to support the great programs that are in the library.
Yes, and Danielle was also a great asset to our Friends of the Library book sale, which a lot of our volunteers are teens that help with that, but also our adult volunteers help out during the sale during the week, and she was instrumental in helping the Friends with that as well, being a cashier, helping to restock materials at the book fair as well, the book sale. So Danielle, thank you for that, and the Friends appreciate that too.
Oh, you're very welcome.
So tell me a little bit about your background. What have you done in your past? What was your background before you got to be a volunteer for us?
Yes. Well, I've spent about 42 years in the corporate world and retired from IBM after a little over 3 decades there. Most of my time there was either as a sales manager or earlier on as more of a technical support person. And I worked with customers that range from some of the smaller ones to some of the very larger ones, such as General Motors, Mobil Oil, and that kind of thing. So I had a vast and varied career that actually started in the Northeast, in Connecticut, in New York City. And then I found myself moving to Michigan in 1989, and I've been here ever since. Same house, same street, same everything.
Well, we are glad to have you, and the community is gracious to have you as well. I know you do a lot of other volunteering within this community. You do a lot for the church, Christ the Redeemer, and I know you do plenty, and that's my church as well. And it's so nice to have you be part of the community in that way as well.
Thank you.
So if you want to become a volunteer like Danielle, we are always looking for volunteers. You can go to our website and apply online at orionlibrary.org, and we'd love to see you. My name is Lori Morris. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop into the library too and ask for me. I'm happy to explain the volunteer program to you. Thanks and so much, and back to you, Karen.
Thanks, Lori. And as always, if you're interested in volunteering, just contact us at the library, and Lori's always looking for teens and adults who are interested in helping us out. So, and we are also continuing our partnership with the Red Cross by having another Red Cross blood drive, and that will be happening on March 19th, and that's all day long from 9:30 in the morning till 6:30 at night. So hopefully you can fit that into your schedule and give blood. It's always in need. So we're happy to be able to offer that opportunity. And then one of my favorite folks is coming back to do a spring skin renewal program. Tell us about that one.
Well, on Wednesday, March 20th at 7, Camille, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Leinbach. She's come before, and she'll be here to show you how to transition your skin into spring, how to get rid of all that winter dryness, and how to just overall improve the health of your skin. And if you come, you'll get to go home with a custom body scrub and facial oil that you can make while you're there. Space is limited, so register online because this one will probably fill up.
Yeah, Camille's great, and she's a local business owner, has Autumn Moon downtown Lake Orion, but she's going to come to the library and teach us how to do it ourselves, and that's really cool. So fun. And then we have a really fun thing that I'm sure people have heard about already, but tell us a little more about the 5th grade battle.
Definitely. So over 30 years strong, the Lake Orion 5th graders have been participating in a Battle of the Books. So ours is coming up for 2019. It's coming up on March 23rd. So we have over 35 teams signed up already. They're reading 12 books and studying and just getting ready for their battle. And then 2 days later, we're going to have their reception with author Ruth Behar, who wrote one of the battle books, Lucky Broken Girl. She's going to come talk to the kids, congratulate them on a battle well done.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a really fun time. Awesome.
Definitely.
Very cool. So hopefully all the 5th graders that are interested are taking part in that, and if not yet, it's not too late. But.
Yes, if you have anyone that has any questions or still looking to complete their team, they can definitely send me an email about that.
Great. Awesome. Thanks, Ashley. And I am repeating a leadership book discussion one more time, and we are talking about Start With Why by Simon Sinek. This is the book. Copies are available at the adult reference desk if you need a copy of the book. Recommend that you read it before you come, but it's not required because the topics that Simon talks about in his book are things that are very applicable to leadership in your daily life, whether it's at your business or whether it's at your house with your family, and how you can start with the why, and we'll talk about what that means. So that's on March 27th at 7:30 or 7 o'clock, I think, 7 o'clock, March 27th, in the James Ingram Room. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then we jump into April with a fun craft.
Definitely. So the day right before April Fool's Day on March 30th, we're getting together, and kids are invited to make gag gifts for anyone, really, for their parents, their friends, their teachers. But I can't give them all away, but one of them that they're making is a spilled milk cup.
Oh, fun.
So they're going to make gags like that so they can trick their friends. And that's
cool.
On Saturday at 2 p.m.
Oh, fun. That'll be awesome. Very cool. And then our ever popular Cook the Book is back again as well. What do we have going on now with that one, Beth?
Well, I noticed it is on Monday, April 1st, which is April Fool's Day, but at 7 p.m., and we're going to be cooking from the Complete Mediterranean Cookbook by the American Test Kitchen. So the theme is Mediterranean food this time.
Mediterranean food.
And all you have to do is come pick up the book from the adult reference desk and pick a recipe, bring a recipe to sample, and we talk about the book and cooking and all kinds of things. It's a fun program.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Awesome. So join us for that. And then we have so much going on because winter is here and we're hoping for spring and we're jumping into April, and then there's spring break.
Yes.
And so we have a lot of stuff going on. What's up
Yeah,
with spring
so
break?
spring break takes place the first week of April, and families are encouraged to stop by the library during this time. Any day, we have a program every day during spring break for all different age ranges. So Money Madness, which is a STEAM program for youth preschool through elementary age. And then we have an emoji craft program. We have a pajama story time for one of those lazy days during break.
Awesome.
And then we also have a really fun program where kids can design their own cereal at Cereal Madness.
Oh, fun.
And they're also doing a taste test that day on different kinds of cereals. They're pitting generic versus name brand.
Oh, fun.
And then finally on one of the days, we're going to have a family puzzle tournament.
Oh, cool.
So families are encouraged to sign. That one does require sign up your team, and then partake in our puzzle competition. Who's going to put their puzzle together the fastest?
Awesome.
Yes.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's tons going on that week.
So even if you're not going out of town, we hope many of you will stick around and come check us out at the library that week.
Definitely, yes.
Awesome. Super fun. And Dan is going to take a minute here and tell the teens what he has planned for them this time of year. So take it away, Dan.
Thanks, Karen. We already have a lot of our spring events underway here, and there's a lot of new events going on this spring as well. On March 2nd, we'll be having Open Play Magic the Gathering. It's a trading card game, very popular. You can come by whether you're a veteran player or a new player and join us for that. On March 16th, we'll be making bento boxes. On April 6th, we are doing a Harry Potter escape room. I've done it once before. It's very exciting, very cool, lots of decorations. And there is still space to register for that, but it's filling up quick. On April 27th, we'll be making Pokemon terrariums. And then a sneak preview, actually on May 4th this year, we're having a new library-wide event. It is Orion Fandom Fest, and it's a celebration of anime, cosplay, video games, Harry Potter, Star Trek, all that kind of thing. We're going to be having make your own lightsabers, a cosplay contest, free comic book day is also that day. There's going to be a whole lot going on. It's all ages, children, teen, and adult, and it's going to be a lot of fun this year. Our makerspace conversion is also almost complete, so look in the next month or two at all of our new equipment, and we'll be doing some new makerspace projects over the next few months too. So I hope to see you all at the library soon this spring.
Hi, so just an update on our strategic plan. Actually, we've been working on our strategic plan here at the library for about a year now. We're entering into year 2. And part of that plan that we started a few years back actually was to do some interior renovations to our library. And one of our recent plan projects was to renovate this space here that we're in, which is our meeting room, our main meeting room that's used by the library staff for programs. It's used by many groups around the community that come in and borrow the space for their homeowners groups or for their Boy Scout groups or anything like that. The room is available for use. But unfortunately, the carpet in the room had been here since 1989, and so we thought that we really needed to get that changed out. And so we actually put down new carpeting here in the space just this past week. And we also, as you can see behind me, renovated the flooring on our stage as well. We had a nice wood floor on there, but again, it was from 1989 and it was really scratched up from use. And so we decided our best option was to put down this flooring that you see behind me. So I'm really excited that we can, again, invite our groups back into this space and utilize it. We painted the walls. We'll continue to keep those up to date, and we're hoping to be able to add new furniture in the future as well. So keep your eyes peeled for all these great new things that are happening in the meeting room here at the library. Awesome. So we still have some more programs to tell you about. So there's always something fun at the library, and we're going to start it off by having another one of our local businesses come in and tell us about coffee. Tell us about that one.
Well, on Saturday, April 13th at 10:30, Megan Meganek, who is the founder of White Pine Coffee, which is Lake Orion's only roastery. She's going to be coming to talk to you and give you an overview of the whole process, from sourcing raw coffee beans to grinding them to cupping them to testing them. So everybody likes coffee. It'll be interesting to find out how that works, and she will be providing free samples.
Fantastic.
So register for that one online because it is limited.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. And when was that one again? I'm sorry.
Saturday, April 13th in the morning at 10:30.
Perfect. And then this one sounds really fun too because we're partnering with another local business and having a program kind of out in the community. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, we're trying to do this more, bring the programs more to the community rather than make you come here to the library all the time, but it's called Beginning Songwriting, and it's being held at the Orion Music Studio, and if you don't know where that is, it's at 51 South Anderson Street, and he's going to be teaching you how to write songs, and that's on Saturday, April 13th at 2 o'clock, but again, not at the library, at the Orion Musical Center
Awesome.
Studio.
Yep, that sounds great, and people can learn right from downtown, and then there's so much music downtown Lake
Yes.
Orion with 21st Street and other things down there that's a great location for them. So, very good. And then we are continuing to have our program for our special needs adults,
Yes.
and we call that one SNAP. Tell us
Yes.
about that.
Snap Storytime at the Orion Library. The next one is Monday, April 15th at 1 p.m. and it's for adults with special needs and their caregivers, and they'll join us for stories, songs, movement, and activities. Sometimes we even have presentations, but it's a special thing for the adults with special needs.
Fantastic. That's a wonderful opportunity, and we have a lot of volunteers even at the library that are adults with special needs, and sometimes those groups are able to come to our SNAP program as well. So that's really a good opportunity and a nice partnership there. So.
Yeah.
And then I'm really excited to hear what we're going to do with one of my favorite game shows.
Yes, definitely. So for Money Smart Week, we are partnering with Lakes Community Credit Union and putting on our own version of The Price is Right.
Very cool.
So kids get to guess on the price of cars and the price of video game sets, which they probably already know.
Great.
And prices like that on big things, and they're going to win things like candy and bags of chips and markers and even a little bit of cash.
Oh, wow.
But so Lakes Community Credit Union is helping us out with that one. It should be a lot of fun. It's taking place on April 18th at 6:30 p.m.
That's a great way to learn about money. You know, like you have to guess how much stuff's worth, and then you sort of learn the value of it at the same time.
It is interesting how they know more about the price
stuff costs.
of video games than the price of a bag of chips.
Absolutely. Maybe somebody has to save money to buy those video games.
That's
and
true.
That could be why they know.
Definitely.
Very cool. And then we're also having a really interesting program that is coming into the library to talk about fermented fruits and veggies. And that seems to be a more popular trending thing.
Yeah, fermented food. And
Yeah.
also, it kind of, we're following a theme this spring, it seems. A lot of programs about different kind of food, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Thursday, April 18th, come at 7 o'clock, and Susan Randall will be at the library discussing the benefits of making your own fermented fruits and vegetables.
Oh, fun.
So it's easy, fun, and nutritious. So
Yeah.
come and find out how it all works.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. And then shortly thereafter, we do have a holiday closing that I just want to make sure everybody knows about because we are closed for Easter weekend. And that's April 19th, 20th, and 21st. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that weekend, the library will be closed so that our staff can celebrate with their families. But we will reopen on April 22nd on Monday morning. And shortly thereafter, we have a team trivia over at the CPUB again. Is that right?
We've been partnering with them for several years now. It's a fun outing for all ages of adults. You have to be an adult to come over since they serve alcohol there. But it's on Thursday, April 25th at 7:30. You gather up your own team, register your team at the library, and then you can go there and we have a library trivia contest. And there are prizes. You get gift certificates to the CPUB if you win for second and third prize.
Awesome.
lot of
And
fun.
bragging rights.
Bragging rights. You get a little trophy too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's Thursday, April 25th at 7:30. But please register ahead of time because there is a limit of 10 teams.
Okay, very good. That sounds like a lot of fun. There's trivia all over the place, so that's a
Yeah.
great way to be able to come for free and win prizes. So,
Yeah.
very good. And then one of my favorite things is puppets. And I was just talking to a new mom who was saying, well, my kid loves puppets, and but I don't think I want to invest in any. And I said, did you know the library has like a whole collection of puppets? She was very excited to learn that. So if you didn't know, come check out puppets at the library, and then we're going to have fun with them.
Yes. So these puppets you can't check out because they're really big, but Alex Thomas and Friends is coming to do an interactive comedy puppet show on Sunday, April 28th at 2 p.m. It's open to all ages. It's everybody from kids who are 2-3 years old all the way up through grandparents have really enjoyed his show.
For sure.
So he has some really bright fun, makes his own puppets. It's lots of fun, so everybody will love it.
That's awesome. And that's another one of our Sunday afternoon programs.
Yeah.
Very good. Speaking of Sundays, so we continue to be open on Sundays until Memorial Day weekend, and then we will be closed on Sundays during the summer, and we'll talk more about that next episode as well. But otherwise, please come and join us. We have so many wonderful things going on, and we're really excited to see all of you at the library. So we hope to see you soon. And thanks again for helping me out, Beth and Ashley, with this episode. And yeah, come to the library. Take care.